Welcome back to talkersofgeeks.com. Justin here, back with more comic book reviews. Today, we're going to be reviewing Boomstudios Harrower #1. I probably watched it. Forgive me if I did. As always, we give you a brief synopsis, so here we go. There's nothing to fear in the quaint town of Harrow in New York except that there is the Harrower. The children wish this boogeyman was just an urban legend, but this vengeful against the unrighteous is very real, and there's no escape because the Harrower seems unkillable and spans generations, always returning. What secrets will Alice Young, a teenager girl obsessed with the horror, uncover, and will she be able to escape the pull of her morbid fixation? I really enjoyed this story, and it takes place in the town of Barlow, at least in this opening. And what I like about this story so far is just one, it feels, and you read it and it feels like a early mid 90s or late 80s horror film. The way it's paced, the way it's structured, the way it has the teen cast, kind of like the horror tropes. It's there, but it's such a good read that the horror tropes actually work with it. You have your teenage cast, you have the silly boyfriend, you have the girl with the silly boyfriend, you have your crew of kids who don't believe in this boogeyman of the horror because they have grown old. They're getting older, and I like that approach because obviously when we were all kids, for the most of us, we've heard of the boogeyman, or we were afraid of the monster in the closet or the creature under the bed. We had these childlike fears, and of course, when you get older, you know that there's no boogeyman or anything or a monster in your closet. But for this particular town, they still seem to be plagued by this entity, this boogeyman. And what I really did like is the fact that we do kind of have that play of there's some kids in the school that still believe in it, and there's some kids in the school just like this is ridiculous. The town traditions is ridiculous. But one thing I really say that works for this book is the fact the character Jessica that we're really being the main focal point here of this particular issue is that she has and her family had suffered a tragedy. They lost somebody in their family. And one of my favorite scenes is the fact when the mom goes to the room and she's still mourning that loss while the father is still trying to keep with the town's traditions of going to this gala because of this type of entity. And I just love the way we have this kind of dynamic of characters that believe in this creature or this vengeful spirit or the horror, and then you have people who just like, okay, this is just ridiculous. This hasn't been seen. It hasn't been no one's seen it. It doesn't exist. Let's just move on. These traditions are old. Why do we keep doing things like this? So overall, I really did like I like the pacing of it. I like the kills are graphic. Like the kills when he does show up or when the horror does show its face and does the kills, it's pretty brutal. It's straight horror movies, and I really did like the gore in this one, especially the ending is such a shocker, and characters that you would think will be surviving get killed off. It does have that horror trope of the teenage kids. They do split up and things like that, but it works so well because of the stellar writing, the characterization. You get enough time with these characters for it to flush out that you're like, oh, you should not be splitting up right now. This is not a good idea. I don't think we should be doing this. And it works very well. So I'm also going to give this a thumbs up. Definitely check out this one from Boom Studios. This is Justin from talkersofgeeks.com. Have you checked out The Harrower? Sorry, I botched it because my pronunciation sometimes is slurred. But of course, let us know. Comment below. Let us know if you're watching this on talkersofgeeks.com. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. If you like this book, or if you didn't like the book, tell me why. Let's discuss it in the comment section. As always, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to check out our podcast, The Hour, and you can check out UWL, our WWE customized universe mode, where we create our own characters, do promos, everything else. So check it out. It's very fun. And we'll catch you in the next review. Peace. Talk to you later. Later days.